Well, I've yet. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Say YouTube seem like they're not sending out my notifications on time because by this time people should already be tuning in. But that's how the thing go. Anyways, shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel. Shout out to payroll attendees. Shout out to whatever your job description is, the engineers. Shout out to the security guards. Shout out to the secretaries in the offices, the chefs in the kitchens. Shout out to whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Don't let that go over your head. Shout out to you. And days like this, we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yes, we made it through another week. We're not in anybody's prison, jail cell. We're going to talk about Rygin King this morning. Rygin King. We're not in anybody's jail cell. We are free. We're not in anybody's hospital. We're not sick. Nobody is planning our funeral. We're not laid up in anybody's morgue, right? We get another opportunity to be out here again amongst family and friends and to do this thing here. So we give thanks, and that is how we start out as usual. Big up to everybody tuning in this morning. It should be a very spirited live this morning. Rygin King situation, we're going to talk about it from all angles. Vybz Kartel situation, still waiting on the Court of Appeals. We're going to talk about that from all angles. Burial recovery situation going on in Jamaica still, because a burial pass through and blow away a bunch of things. And, a lot of people are still without electricity and all these other kind of things. So I'm going to plug my Soninka information for the people them so they can go out there and be proactive, not reactive. Prepare for the next one that might come or the next event or the next time light gone, electricity not there, whatever, and get yourself some solar lighting. I will put up all the information for Soninka at the end of this live though, and I will pin it as the first comment in the comment section so y'all can go and get yourself some help as far as solar lighting goes. Just a quick piece of information. So Soninka has solar roof panels. They also have interior lighting for your house, and they also have the outside light, which look like a street light, which can all be controlled by remote control. They also have people in Jamaica who will come to you and will set up the thing for you. So you don't have to worry if Granny live by herself and she can't really get to the thing and get to do the thing and thing. Then we'll send somebody over there come fix that up for you right away. See? Just link up Soninka. I will quickly say the number now, and you can hit them on WhatsApp, but I will actually write out all the information, pin it for you so you can help yourself or help somebody. 1954-275-9737. That's their WhatsApp number. You can reach them through WhatsApp for free, right? 1-954-275-9737. And if you look at my icon this morning, you see that bright light there? You see the picture with the bright light? That's over to, it's the only picture with the bright light on there. That's an example of what the street light looks like, right? All right. The body of the young man who got washed away from Arnett Garden during the hurricane, the brother that went after the football, his body has now been recovered. And Omar Collymore, the man who was convicted recently of killing his wife, Simone Collymore, in Jamaica, his teenage daughter is speaking out, but she wants to speak to her father. With all that to discuss this morning, my mommy, my mother, my queen, she sent me something this morning or yesterday or a couple of mornings ago. She said to share this with y'all. So I'm going to share this with you. This is something that is uplifting. It's positive. It's something that I think a lot of people can use to help themselves. It's a scholarship giveaway. And the scholarship giveaway is for people in Jamaica who are wishing to enter or are in the healthcare field and are looking to advance their studies. You might not know about this, so I'm going to play this for you. It is straight from Dr. Christopher Tufton, Ministry of Health. Okay? And these are his words, and I will also pin the information. So listen closely. If you can't remember it, just forward this whole video to somebody who can remember it when them see it or is interested so they can write down the info for themselves. But here is what Dr. Christopher Tufton said the giveaway is. Listen.
So very excited about the fact that applications can now be received for the Barwink Memorial Scholarship. Remember, I announced it in my sectoral presentation. This is a scholarship through the government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Health and Wellness, that offers up to $500 million a year for the next 5 years, $2.5 billion to Jamaicans who are pursuing a career in the field of health. Now, this could be social work, it could be biotech to fix equipment, it could be nursing, doctors, dentistry, pharmacists, lab techs, all the critical areas. In fact, there are 26 areas of health-related careers that we're offering the scholarship for. The scholarships will be awarded $1 million Jamaican dollars a year for up to 5 years, and you can apply online on the Ministry of Health's website. That's www.moh.
Wait. I need everybody to pay attention. I know we're gonna talk about some exciting stuff this morning. Rygin King lock up in New York on gun charges and all these other things, Vybz Kartel situation and these things. But I need you to really pay attention to this right here, because one of my biggest gripe is people who cry about government not do nothing for we no have no way out and nothing go on for we. And after me left high school, me just couldn't go no further because we couldn't afford this and couldn't afford that. Listen, I'm a big believer in not using excuses. You understand? If it's out there, you find it. People that want to get ahead, they will find a way to get ahead. May I try to give you some information right now that you can either use for yourself to get ahead, or you can pass it on to someone else who can use this piece of information to get ahead. So I'm going to start over the video of Dr. Christopher Tufton and what he is saying. I don't give a damn about JLP and PNP. I know Dr. Christopher Tufton is a JLP. I'm more leaning towards PNP for this election, but me not politicize the thing. I'm for Jamaicans. So any which part the help is that we can get it, whether it's from JLP, PMP, Chinese people, Timbuktu, wherever we have to get it from, that's where we're going to go get it. That's where my thing is, right? So I will play this over again. Please listen carefully and pass it on to somebody who can use it to help themselves. This is huge. This is big. Again, from the top.
So very excited about the fact that applications can now be received for the Barwink Memorial Scholarship. Remember, I announced it in my sectoral presentation. This is a scholarship through the government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Health and Wellness, that offers up to $500 million a year for the next 5 years, $2.5 billion to Jamaicans who are pursuing a career in the field of health. Now, this could be social work, it could be biotech to fix equipment, it could be nursing, doctors, dentistry, pharmacists, lab techs, all the critical areas. In fact, there are 26 areas of health-related careers that we're offering the scholarship for. The scholarships will be awarded $1 million Jamaican dollars a year for up to 5 years, and you can apply online on the Ministry of Health's website. That's www.moh.gov.jm/scholarship. So just go on that and you can submit your application. Application process runs from the 1st of July to the 31st of July. Very excited about this because this is our approach, the government of Jamaica, to address the shortage of healthcare workers by paying for persons to study. And remember, you're bonded for a period once you study to work in the public health system. 1-9, apply now. It's well worth it.
I like it. I like it. You are bonded for a period. It's the same thing will come to America come though. Some people go into the military. Some people before they go into the military, they enter into the officers' corps. They go to school. They get a 4-year degree, a bachelor's. By the time them done get them bachelor's, then they go serve 4 years in the military to pay back. Or we do it reverse. We go serve some time in the military. We sign up for the GI Bill. When we come out, we use it, go to school, get a degree. Same thing here. This is to address the shortage in people in the healthcare sector in Jamaica. You know, the foreign countries have been doing a lot of recruiting out of Jamaica, and we call it brain draining, right? So a lot of people are saying, yo, but if you train the people them and give them all them incentives here, $1 million a year for 5 years to complete your education, that is what the scholarship entails. Me don't want to hear nobody come tell me about nothing that for me and me couldn't forward and me couldn't step up myself and all that. We're handing the information to you. Do with it what thou wilt. But stop the rotted crying and stop making excuses, because you can pull yourself up by a bootstrap, find some help out there because it is out there, and get moving. All right? Because that's what we're into. Progressive productivity, them kind of something there that we are promote. See? All right. Government help people who try to help themselves, Wayne Core says. Yes, Wayne Core, and a lot of them like to sit down and cry and tell lies. Government don't do nothing for we. You weren't looking for help. A lot of other people found help when you couldn't. Why? Because you weren't looking for help. You was looking to sit and complain, right? So we're burn out the sit and complain something there, and we're passing some valuable information this morning. Play the video back again at that part and get the information and use that information to better yourself. That's what we're on. All right. This morning we have a lot to talk about. Where do I start? The Soninka stuff I said I will put up later, so we get past that. The scholarship announcement from the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, I just played you that. We can take that off of the list. The body of the young man from Arnett Garden who washed away in Hurricane Berly has been found. Finally, has been found. It's a sad situation, but you know, like I said before from the first video, I would love for at least his family has a body now, so them can finalize things, lay your loved one to rest, go through the grieving process, and move on with life. The police have recovered the body of 20-year-old Alric Moncrief, who was washed away by floodwaters in Havana, Arnett Gardens, St. Andrew during the passage of Hurricane Beryl last week. The body was reportedly found about 10:45 a.m. in the waters on the outskirts of Petrojam plant in Kingston. Of course, it's been a while since the hurricane passed, so you can just imagine the condition of his body, right? Properly decomposed, bloated, probably, etc., etc. It was towed by the Marine Police to the Greenwich Farm fishing village, where his family members identified his body 11:15 a.m. 10:45 a.m. They located the body. By 11:15 a.m., his family came through and viewed and identified his body, and otherwise called Kalonji. That's another name they called him, and Lala was another name they called him. And the story was that he was outside playing football with friends when the ball fell into a gully, and he went to retrieve the ball and he got swept away. At a time when they were telling everybody to stay inside because the hurricane had come. The weather is going to get dangerous outside. You don't want to be swept up in winds, hit by flying zinc and all kind of something. And he was one of them that chose to go outside kind of before the hurricane did get really bad and go play some football, and it cost him his life, right? That's just the update on that since we covered the whole story. When he entered the gully, the force of the water swept him away as a result of those heavy rains that were associated with the hurricane, and he lost his life. Consequently, they found the ball like a day after. They hadn't found him until yesterday. So may his soul rest in peace. May others learn. Follow directions. Our elders in Jamaica have a saying where them say young bud no know storm. When you hear them say young bud no know storm, it can mean you're too young to really understand what is going on in life, but sometimes it can really actually mean young bud no know storm. You never lived through no big hurricane before. You don't know the powers of these waters and these winds when a hurricane come through, and you're going to disregard authority and you might lose your life. Really and truly, young bud no know storm. It's sad that it ended this way, but we're happy that his family can now put this to rest. Grieve, go through the grieving process, give him a proper burial, and move on with life, right? We send our condolences out to that family. Now, another thing to talk about this morning, I can cross that off of the list. I think I want to talk about the Rygin King, something that's going to take up a whole heap of time. And it has so many angles that we have to go through. A child's pain. Omar Collymore. Omar Collymore was the businessman who was living in the United States of America, and the American police was following the case in Jamaica because the same way his wife died in Jamaica was the same way his ex-wife died in the United States of America, with him taking out a pretty big life insurance policy prior to both of them dying, right? And he, like I said before, he didn't get the 1 million US dollars, but he got a significant amount before he moved to Jamaica to be with his new woman, which was Simone Collymore. And the end result was that relationship soured, and he ended up taking as well, according to what was proven in court, to do it. And Simone was gunned down alongside her taxi driver, and the whole case we follow all. You see, a lot of times when we follow these cases, we tell people, right, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video is uploaded to the channel, or every time a update for a story we have covered before is uploaded to the channel. So this is an update. And when we follow a story, we normally follow it from the breaking point, news point, all the way through to somebody is convicted and is now doing time in prison, and etc., etc. So the teenage daughter now, because Omar was just found guilty, the teenage daughter of Omar Collymore has chastised her father, telling him that she hopes that he will develop a bitter feeling in his heart when he sleeps at night. And all he thinks about is the hurt that he has caused her, his daughter, and her brother by orchestrating the murder of their mother, Simone Campbell Collymore. I don't know, some man so rotted wicked enough. You know, sir, I don't think there's anything that any woman that has a child or children for me could do for me to like want to kill her. Not well, I lie. You sometimes you feel like you want to kill them rotted, but let's be for raw real, right? Sometimes you feel, but you don't entertain that thought, and you definitely don't carry it out, kind of thing. If you're not thinking about that woman, you should at least be thinking about the children, and you should at least be thinking that those children are gonna be hurt more than anything else. But some man emotions take them and they lose all reasoning, and then hate fill them, and some people are just wicked, conniving, deceitful, wicked. You know what I'm saying? And they will put that wickedness over everybody, including their children. I couldn't be alive knowing that my children had to grow up without their mom. Because if I know God take her with natural causes or something like that, it shouldn't be me doing it. I hope that you listen to this, his daughter said, and you have a bitter feeling in your heart. And when you go to sleep, I hope that all you think about is the hurt that you have caused your children to go through these past 6 years, and what kind of a father you are, she stated in a written statement that was read out in the Home Circuit Court on Thursday. Now, When father was orchestrating to kill mother, child was young. These children don't stay young for long. This is why I tell adults, be very careful where you set to children and how you treat them, because the clock ticks. Even when you're sleeping, time passes, and children don't stay a little for long. So sooner or later, you will have that child who you violated standing right in front of you, probably equal height, equal body size, or even bigger. Remember what you do me? And you're gonna have to answer to that. You know what I'm saying? That's another principle that I guide myself by in when I'm talking about raising children. I always make joke about it, you know, and I say, yo, me no want my picnic them get big and come kick when my walking stick when me get old, or come fling me down a flight a step. So me I make sure say I do all that I can to make sure that they have a joyful childhood, so that their memories will be like, yo, my daddy was dope. My daddy was there. My daddy gave us everything. My daddy this, my daddy that. Me have to be them shining light. You understand? That true protector provider, and I want to be that. Some adults don't think that far ahead. So this sitting was the beginning of the sentencing hearing for Omar Collymore and the three men who were found guilty on January 2nd of 2018 for the murder of Simone and the taxi operator Winston Walters. These guys already got found guilty, some of them, and plead guilty and turned state witness and told, and this helped, of course, to solidify the case. Justice Leighton Pusey, the presiding judge, should hand down the sentences for all four men by early next week. Simone and Walters were killed by two gunmen outside the Forest Ridge apartment complex in Red Hills, St. Andrew, and the court found that Collymore and one of his co-accused, Michael Adams, they did conspire to have Simone murdered, while Shaquilla Edwards and Dwayne Pink, the other two accused in the matter, they helped to keep surveillance on Simone, find out her whereabouts, help with the planning of her execution, relay messages to the others regarding her whereabouts so she could be cornered and killed. Prosecutor Andrea Martin Swaby recommended to Justice Pusey, the judge, that each of these men should receive a life sentence in prison without the eligibility for parole until at least 45 to 50 years has been served. Collymore's teenage daughter, I have a beef with that. There shouldn't be no 45 to 50 years, nothing. When you're this wicked that you do something like this to somebody, I firmly believe that you should spend every day of the rest of your life incarcerated. The only way you should come out of prison if they put you on a gurney and carry out your dead body because you died in prison, right? There should be no light at the end of your tunnel. Your darkness supposed to just be dark forever as long as you're alive. That's what I firmly believe. To be a husband. You know what husband entails? Whole heap of work, you know, man. You have to learn for love. And I've said this before. I'll say it again here. When you love a woman, see, come here, have daughters, you know, and I'm hoping that my daughters are loved by a man like me in the way in which I have grown to know how to show love. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Notice me say grown to know how to show love. Come in and stand up on no soapbox and preach like I was born perfect and I got it right from day one kind of thing. But when you love a woman, see, and you have to love with the kind of love that runs deep. It's a forever kind of like there's no possible way you could ever hurt her. Even if she do something, make her go on her ways. But actually planning and plotting to have her murdered, multiple gunshot wounds the woman get in her face and head and chest. How you live with that? How do you even sit to plan that? After, have you ever seen one of your kids born? I believe that every man in this world will breed a woman must dead there to watch a woman not only go through the process of watching her body change. You know, when our nose get broad and our lip them get thick and our hip them spread out and get wide, and it get down to the point of the pregnancy, our belly big out, yeah. So some people think a twin she have sometime, and then she full up a stretch mark on the side of her belly, and she waddling like a duck, and then she go into labor, and then so every man supposed to be there. It should be a requirement to witness all that. I think if men witness that, then more men would have like a different feeling towards women, especially when you get angry and you feel like you want to hurt her and these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And them kind of love them me want a man come love my daughter them with. Them that kind of love and appreciation. You understand? Especially a woman that gave you babies. I not just some gal where you did a deal with and she violate you. This is a woman you walked down the aisle. Them have big wedding, you know, big splashy wedding. All family members involved. Foreigners fly in. All white this. Walk down aisle. Take big vow in front of God and man and all that. Swear to love you to the end of time and the day we die. And then sit down and plan with people how to kill. I don't think you should ever, ever be let out of a prison. Ever. She wasn't no stranger to you, brother. She was supposed to be your queen for life. But bigger than that, though, she was the woman you swore to love and protect. And if you couldn't do that no more, you should have just go on with yourself, right? But now your children are crying, and now your children are hurting, and they're hurt, and they're confused, and they're psychologically, because they have to grapple with the thought that it was my dad that did this to my mom, and the way they did it, he did it. And I carry this man's DNA inside of me, as well as the woman who birthed me, and she gone. And him obviously never care about it because he would have never done this. It doesn't just end with, oh, my mom got killed and I'll get over it. This is a deep psychological wound that this man has caused his children. Prosecutor Andrea Swaby recommends 45 to 50 years at a minimum before any of them should get out. The Collymore's teenage daughter, in her written statement, also accused her father of trying to physically hurt her and her brother. Wow. She said that her father robbed her of her role model, and her role model was her mother. Now she's a teenager. She can speak, she can write, she can say, verbalize how she really feels. And here are her words. I am getting better, but my brother, on the other hand, is not so well. He is not showing any emotions, and deep down inside, I know that he is hurting to know that his role model hurt his mom. You were his role model, guy. Your son looked up to you. You know what I mean? I thank God that I had my family with me every step of the way, because your side of the family has not been in touch or even asked how their grandchildren are doing, which is crazy to me. I still cannot believe that my mother is not the first person you would have hurt. You even wanted to hurt your own kids. My last name isn't even my last name, the child wrote. My last name isn't even my last name. She complained that it took a toll on her when she see other children with their parents, while she has to live with the fact that her father and her mother, her father had her mother killed, and now her father sits in jail. My mother was an amazing, loving, caring, open-hearted person. She loved and cared for her family and everyone around her. It is truly sad. You took away the rock of this family, the light of our family, and much more. I have been in therapy about 10 times because I have bad dreams, or I keep thinking that people are going to hurt me like you did to my mom. I went to school dance and I saw the many moms there taking pictures and fixing their daughter's hair while the dads were there crying. This is what she said before expressing gratitude to her relatives, her Jamaican side of family, who have been a pillar of strength in her life in the absence of her parents. The victim impact statement. This is the part of the case where they get to the victim impact statement, right? The victim impact statement prepared by the wife of Walters and the father of Simone were also read in court. The sentencing hearing will continue Tuesday, when defense attorneys will continue putting arguments forward in favor of their client. Now, what his defense attorney, so Tuesday coming next week, they'll be back in court again. And to make everybody understand this, what his defense attorneys are going to be doing, they're going to try to minimize the impact so the jury won't feel like, well, the jury's out the window now. The judge, because now it's up to the judge. The judge won't feel like he deserves the max, right? Oh, Omar was a good man. You know, he was under a lot of pressure and he just lost it. And I mean, somewhere in there, there is somebody who can still be rehabilitated. That's what his defense people are going to be trying to do. I think the words of that young girl's letter alone, if I was a judge, may I fling out 50. Since that's what we're working with, right? Because I can't go without the possibility of parole and you stay in forever. May I fling out 50? The prosecution is recommending 45 to 50. I'm flinging out 50. 50 years, you will do every single day of 50 years until then, and then you will be eligible for parole. So by the time him come out, he'll be 80 something going on 90 years old, which that would be some level of justice served, since we can't give him the death penalty and we can't keep him in there forever. Right? Sorry, condolences to BM. So sorry, RIP Ma. I want to BM. BM says, morning and blessings, everyone. Karen Notice says, some people don't think or care about the real consequences, or they wouldn't be certain things to each other. This affects everyone. Absolutely. Absolutely. But some people are wicked, you know. You know what I've finally come to decide in life and learn? That not everybody is good. You know, when you try to see good in everybody, not everybody is good. Not everybody was created good. Listen, I don't care what your religion tell you, say. Not everybody is created good. We have some dark, demonic people that live among us. And they are here to fulfill prophecies. They are here to play their role. Somebody have to be a lover. Somebody have to be a fighter. Somebody have to be a wicked killer. Somebody have to be, you know, all the good things and then all the bad things. And that's just it. The thing is, you have to know, and sometimes it's hard to know because people practice great deception. So it's hard to know who is who. But I know everybody a good somebody, right? My mother passed away yesterday afternoon in Westmoreland, Jamaica. Oh man. BM, I'm sending out my condolences, friend. Damn. My mother passed away yesterday in Westmoreland, Jamaica. Was mommy sick? BM? It's what we chose. Dorothy T says, what we choose. Sometimes I know what we choose, my friend, yeah, but it's what we choose to. You know, sometimes we don't pray for discernment. Sometimes we just jump right in and we get, you know, like when hog walla in up. Sometimes we just jump in and walla walla up with some. It's just different circumstances still. But People who practice deception become so good at it, just like people who practice everything else become good at it over time. You know what I mean? Some people practice to love and they become good, more even better at it over time. Some people practice proper communication skills and they become really good at it over time. Some people practice hate and then practice wickedness and then become really good at it over time. To the point where those who don't practice that and are so far removed from it can't even recognize it because them been practicing how to deceive you for the longest. So when them come like a knight in shining armor, or they come like a saving angel, or they come like the best thing that ever happened to you, right? Until they strike. Until they strike. So this life, man, me don't know what else to say, but you have to stay prayed up and you have to stay with God. You know what I mean? You have to stay. I've been through some situations in life where I know, like nobody don't have to tell me. Me know. So my life is covered and governed. So because boy, me couldn't take myself out of them situation there. I'm not talking about no woman neither. But I was in a relationship one time though where a woman tell me say she had stand up over me whole night with the long pitchfork and she was just trying to think of which part of my chest she's supposed to stab me in her. And thank God she never did actually stab me up in my sleep. Yeah. But hey, wolf in sheep clothing, my friend. BM's mom passed away. BM's mom passed away. You know, when you have a good mother, let me take a minute to say this. For those who have good mummies, you can relate. For those who have some woman who should have never been a mother, that was your mother, you can probably still relate. But the feeling not gonna be so deep when you lose her. But for those who have a good mother, cherish your mother. Cherish your mother while she's here. For those who have lost their mom already, including BM who recently lost hers, the wound is fresh. I don't think you'll ever heal from that. You'll just have to live with, right? Over time, it might soften the impact off. But boy, when you have a good mother, you know, and then you lose your mother, I think I tell the story before. The brother will run up and down. Me watch a brother run up and down and Moravia there, Jamaica there. In Jamaica, we were burying his mom, and it just hit him, and he started running around the place, and the man a ball. And I was really young at the time, so I was laughing in myself. You know when you're young and you feel like you're gonna live forever, cause nobody in your family never did start dead yet. That's where I was in life. So I was laughing, but as a grown man now, I'm not laughing no more. The man was saying stuff like, why? Nobody now gonna cook oxtail for me again the way how you cook your mommy. Nobody now gonna put the coconut milk in the rice and peas. Jesus Christ. Nobody now gonna love me like how you used to love me and when you hug me up and when you used to cry for me. Nobody now go, and he just kept going on about things that nobody will ever do for him again in his life. As a grown man now, I understand that fully. I understand that fully. When you lose your good mother, man, I don't even want to think about it because mine's still here, right? BM, I'm sending my condolences again, friend. You know, I hope you have good people around you that could wrap you up in love and prayers, you know, and I don't know what else to say but condolences, even though that's so little at this time. So y'all send out some condolences to BM, please. BM's a family member of ours, been here for quite a while now. That part of life, man. Life, my friend. When life starts lifing, you know, life. One thing about life is going to life. Before I keep on going, let me share one more with you. I read a saying that said, "You better make time for life because life is going to make time for all the other things for you." The crying and the sorrows, and you have to sit down and you can't move as fast anymore, and you're not as quick as you used to be, and all the other things. Life will make time for those, whether you like it or not, as long as you're living, right? So you better make time for life. In the meantime, That's where the appreciation comes in, and being thankful that you're still in one piece and you're healthy and you get good days. Because some people wake up every day is a bad day for them, even though they want to have a good day, you know, from whatever it is, tragedy and illnesses and all these other kind of things. So when life starts lifing, oh man, but this is life, right? The bitter and the sweet. This is life. This is life. Jano. All right. I'm moving on to another topic. May justice be served when Omar Collymore is sentenced. And I'm a bit biased, and I don't know, but I'm honest with my audience, so I don't try to hide stuff from Uno. Me did rotted bias with that case here. You know why? Because the man a Jamaican. That's why. Not saying that if a Jamaican man killed her, it would have been better, but him is not a Jamaican. And him come take her one away. Beautiful, productive, progressive queen them, and did her like that because of greed and whatever else he had going on. You know, it's the same reason why I'm endeared to Noah Lyles, because although Noah Lyles is our ultimate competition in track and field, you see who he chose, right? So if you have value for our women, then I have a different outlook on you, kind of thing. Him never value Simone, even though she gave so much. So when time comes for him sentencing, I hope justice is served. That boy that thinks him could have come to Jamaica because the laws are stringent, light, and them not really know what them are do. That's how he was looking at them. So he's gonna do what he do, order contract killing, jump on an airplane and just leave Jamaica. When they caught him at the airport, Norman Manley International Airport, I think it was. When they caught him at the airport, them ask him where y'all go. The part that it bugged me. Him say, I'm going home. After all the years you've been living in Jamaica, you never consider Jamaica your home, your children, you know, your other side of your family, your in-laws. I'm going home. You frigga you. Home now will be a Jamaican prison. And me know it's a Jamaican prison not nice. The condition them is not like America. So Tande, you get just where you forget. Yeah. Yeah, him come take big step with way, my friend. And that did bun me, you know. I couldn't say it the whole time because I didn't want people to read it the wrong way. And I don't want my other brothers and sisters from other islands or from even the United States of America think, oh my God, he saw the. But it did bun me. That part there. So I'm glad it played out the way it played out. And you get your share. Yeah? Like just like that. Now when your sentencing come, I want to see what the judge are going to do. And I hope it's not one of them light-handed judge there. I hope the judge feel just like how me feel. Yo. Forget what you forget. And you know when the back there lock up with him, make sure him get everything where him supposed to get around there. That part too. Now, triple murder. Suspect wets himself after surrendering to cops. You know, let me go through the story real quick. So one of the suspects on Tuesday afternoon, murder still going on in Jamaica in a whole heap. One of the suspects in Tuesday afternoon's triple murder in St. James. This is a triple murder that broke the ice right after the hurricane. Surrendered to the police in Trelawney, all the way at St. James, but them catch him at Trelawney on Wednesday. Surrendered to the police, reportedly pissed up himself after he was informed that he would be sent back to St. James to face his crimes. According to the head of the St. James Police Division, Superintendent Aaron Samuels, the triple murder suspect turned himself in at the Falmouth Police Station yesterday, and he was being pursued by operatives from the division. And at one point, he allegedly engaged the police in a shootout before fleeing to a neighboring parish of Trelawney. A bad man. You're bad. Yo, them did I got dirty, you know, boy. You're bad. Yeah, man. Now, besides being a person of interest in Tuesday's triple murder, which included a 17-year-old student, Jadon Verrill Bennett, among the victims, the suspect is also wanted by the police in connection with other incidents and other similar incidents. So he was a big gunman, terrorist. Yeah. And when time police, I saw a video of one when the police hold him. First, the people in the community were videoing him because him the out of control, how him would do this and do that and shut off a boy face round you and all this, right? And you see when the police, I think it was a police unit that was passing close by, and somebody flagged them down and send them over there. And you see when the police hold him, the amount of begging I heard on that video. But this isn't the first time. They always do this. So I'm saying, where's your energy? Like you want to take life, but you can't. You want to take life, but you don't want your life taken. The irony, huh? Eh? Police hold you, yeah, piss up yourself. Eh? You're pissing on yourself. You're losing your bodily functions. Eh? Bad man. You're supposed to bad all when them hold you, you know. Yeah, man, if you keep the same energy, man. Because me, I tell you the truth, if I was out here living that kind of life, me I go out in a blaze of glory. We shooting it out. And if me out a bullet and them catch me, me I keep the same energy. Hey boy, police boy, fuck them out. Me bad same way. You cannot do all that, brother. Terrorizing your own people. And then when police hold you, you do up and pee up yourself. You're fainting and all this extraness. But that happen to somehow, no man. Yeah. Because you don't want to look work. You don't want to be a productive, progressive part of society. All you're doing really is terrorizing your own people. You're a friggin' terrorist. That's exactly what you are, a terrorist. Right. And there's nothing good to it. You're just a damn terrorist. Kill all school picnic. You have to be a terrorist. It's not like you was one of them people that would say, yo, a gangster suck me depon and I be a gangster me kill. So any man when me kill is a killer too. And them sign with the same code when me sign with, when I chat to police, we shoot it out a road. This, that, and the other. I know that you do. You terrorize people. You're killing school picnic and killing innocent granny and all these things. And when police hold you, you do up and peeing up yourself. For what? For what? Eh? But go on, man. Because nobody could talk to some of y'all, right? And swear on the toughest thing ever. But I've always seen it. So I'm never, ever, I'm not one of them people that tough chat and screw face and reputation. That has never made me fear a man. When we did little, maybe. Remember when we did little, some man have some telephone cut on them face and you're afraid of them. Because they must say, yo, them man there. The man, the tab up man already, you know, and cut out man belly and chop up man and you look on them and you can see say, yo, he been to war. He look like him go through 1,000 knife swing and some of them catch him and him still. now as a grown man, me realize that enough of them just need some help. Or enough of them just need to be taken off the face of the earth. Because like I said before, not everybody good. And somehow want to sign over to darkness, you know what I'm saying? You've made your mind up that this is what you're here to do. To terrorize people, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. Terrorize them. Kill picnic. Kill old woman. We don't need your money. So it's funny to me when you do and pee up yourself when police hold you. That for each other, man. That for each other. Now, the two big ones of the morning that I really want to talk about as far as topic goes, and we have ample time to do it, because we're going to cut this at 9 o'clock, is the Rygin King situation and the Vybz Kartel situation. Let's do a head up on the Vybz Kartel situation first and then head into the Rygin King situation, because Rygin King situation is more current and it has more angles and all these things. Vybz Kartel situation now. We're still waiting, right? So the Court of Appeals, Vybz Kartel fought the Jamaica justice system all the way to the highest court, which is located in the United Kingdom. Got all the way to the UK and had his sentence overturned, his guilty verdict quashed. Quashed meaning null, void, no legs to stand on, cannot move forward, non-existent, doesn't work anymore, fling it away, no good, all that. That's a big win. Comes back, they send it back from Privy Council because Privy Council didn't say let them out. Privy Council said send it back to Jamaica Court of Appeals and they will decide, because the law is written that they should be able to decide if they want a new trial or if they want to just kill this case altogether, let these guys go, given the fact that we're at the number 13 of years that these guys have been behind bars, and knowing now that the verdict that you put them behind bars using was a impure verdict, as Privy Council called it. That's the reason why they quashed it. This is not an argument if Souflotv, you know, believes I'm guilty. This is not that argument. The argument is the verdict was an impure verdict that shouldn't have happened the way it did. So the court got 13 years. The system got 13 years out of that. Privy Council now is supposed to decide, should we do a retrial, do this all over again, or do we throw this case out? June 18th was the last day when the judge, presiding judge, the leading judge of the panel of 3 judges, because that's how our Court of Appeals move, is 3 judges sit down on a panel, 3 highly astute legal minds sit on a panel, and they're supposed to put their heads together and decide what to do next. June 18th, they came up with no decision. Them said this is baffling and complicated and there are so many moving parts and angles to it, right? So they told us that by the end of July, the answer will be made public. And Vybz Kartel, Sean Storm, the rest of the guys, well, one of the other guys, will know if they get out or they get a new trial or what the case is going to be from there moving forward. June 18th. Today is July 12th. When they made that decision on June 18th, I said to my audience, them gonna make that decision because they are about to drag their feet for every day of July. Because this is like their last stance, right? So they're about to drag their feet for every day of July. Somebody said, no, Souflotv, they're not going to take that long because the Privy Council put out a time cap on it. This is Jamaica. Even the Privy Council kind of hinted to, oh, so like in Jamaica, they just pretty much do what they want to, like they're not following. So this is Jamaica. And in Vybz Kartel case, it has been proven now that this is more vindictiveness and ego and revenge. Revenge because him carried them go all the way up Privy Council, fight it for all these years and came back victorious. Revenge because you made us look stupid in front of our superiors. Revenge because now we owe you money. I have to go pay all of your legal fees. And your attorney them haven't even tallied up how much we're going to have to pay yet. You make we look stupid for more than 1, 2, and 3 angles. So here comes the ego and here comes the revenge. I told y'all they're going to drag this as long as them can drag this. So they're dragging, and what we're witnessing now is the dragging process. Dragging their feet. They probably done took vacations. They done went out with their families. They're out enjoying themselves because which part them live never get hit too hard by Hurricane Berly. right? They have all the resources and stuff to put stuff back in motion and things for them life. So they are well enjoying life and chilling, not even thinking about. If you think that these three judges I get up every day for 60 days and sit down with each other and say, come, let's put this on the table again. Let's think about it again. Yes, so this, that, and they're not. The day them tell we on June 18th, say we will hear by the end of the month, are probably the last time them discuss this case. They already knew before they did this that this is what they were going to do. And now, this is where they're at with it. So when it gets closer to the end of July, this was my prediction before. I'm still sticking to it. The time is playing out and you're seeing it. When it gets closer to the end of July is when the three of them are going to link up each other again now and say, well, you know, so we did tell the people them say by the end of July they will hear an answer. So when already know, all right. So what we are going to say now? We still are going to say what we did say we are going to say before? All right, make we go with that then. So when we are going to put it out? Because them know what them are going to say already, you know. We not slow. They already know what they're going to say. Listen, they be thinking that everybody is slow. We're not slow. We see how it work, right? We just trying to have some respect. They already know what they're going to say. Whether it's him a come out and the people them a come out of jail, prison, and them a go fling with the case car. We can't afford to go another. Now, we done match up this case, people. And for those of you who missed the video, by the time them done fight Vybz Kartel them and try their best to keep Kartel in prison, this could very well run to about $500 million, you know. And I have never, I'm going to say it again, I have never seen the Jamaica justice system go so hard for anybody before. They're willing to empty the bank. $500 million worth of work by the time they're done doing what they think they're doing. And for those of y'all who don't know, it's a new case if they should have a new case. And yes, it can go all the way back to Privy Council again. And if it goes back to Privy Council again, it's going to get shot again. And I explained this to you before why. The last submission to Privy Council, Paul Llewellyn did a good job of stalling long enough with the forensic expert coming into Jamaica to actually put hands on the evidence, right? And his finding was that not only was it tampered with, it was heavily tampered with. The man said, I will put my professional reputation on the line. It was heavily tampered with. Okay. They made sure that ISAC them could not submit that to the Privy Council before that window of submission time would close. That is why that did not make it in to that trip to Privy Council. But if them fight this case all again and come grant new case, it's a fresh new case. It could be appealed all the way back to Privy Council again. $500 million already. And to do this all over again, I think not. I think not. But the way how them want Vybz Kartel, you see, no, we have many different angles. We've heard many different rumors. There's many different things out there that somehow we know, but now said too much off because we know why. But who for can't get stepped on, who for wife did get sleep with, who's in a position of power still and still wants revenge. All these things we know. It's going to be a battle of the egos and revenge. We're still waiting for the appeal courts in Jamaica to make their decision on what it's going to be. I am appealing to the appeal court judges in Jamaica. Come on with the decision, man. Because whatever it is that you're going to do 10 days, 20 days from now is the same thing we're not going to do if you was to do it today. And we know that already. We're not fool nobody. Okay? You're not fooling nobody. Marilyn Grant says, I know exactly what you're going through, Karen Notice. My mom also had dementia and cancer before she passed 4 years ago last week. And I don't wish this illness on anyone. All right, so y'all are still consoling her in the comment section and consoling each other. That's a good thing. All right. So with the Vybz Kartel case, man, that's where we at. That's where it's at. And believe it or not, this is not just a Jamaica thing, because I get a lot of inquiry from people. I get a lot of inquiry from people from the UK. I get a lot of inquiry from people from Africa, especially. And I get a lot of inquiry from people from other parts of Europe. Souflotv, we've been following you for years for the Vybz Kartel update. What's the latest update? So I have to explain it in a way that they can understand it as well, right? Live on the air with Souflotv. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Souflotv.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Yes, I'm blessed. Blessings.
Manners.
I'm not going to stay long, but this is Heart of a Lion.
Ah.
And I'm just reminding you, remember that even though $500 million is a whole heap of money, remember that just 5 houses, 5 American houses, they have that money. So if they want to fight it again, that's what they will do.
Yeah, if they want to fight it again, that's what they will do. But looking on the horizon of what's to come again, that money could double.
Right.
Right. And the embarrassment could double.
That's right.
Right.
But you know, these people don't have no kind of conscience, so they will go for that.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just said that I think they will empty the bank just to prove their point, you know?
Right.
So it comes down to ego and revenge and not really pursuit of justice.
All right. Well, blessings, my family, and keep up the good job and much love, respect.
Manners and respect, my brother. Have a good one. All right. Moving on now to the Rygin King situation. You know, me used to say Rygin King until I started listening to him and watching him do interviews. I said to myself, the only person who can properly say their own name must be him. So anything him say, that me I go start say. And lo and behold, he said Rygin King and not Rygin King. So me I go start say Rygin King, right? Even though it feels weird me saying it, Rygin King and a Rygin King me want to say. Rygin King, caught in New York City with gun, put lightly. Now, we did a story yesterday, but there's an update today. And as it unfolds, it looks even worse than what the original story is, right? New York City Police Department wasted no time putting out information. Obviously, they probably understand who Rygin King is, as far as he's not just some regular Jamaican, right? Just coming through. He is actually someone who is famous. He is a part of their musical fraternity, stapling their culture, etc., etc. Put this out. Now, the update, latest update. Shout out to Dancehall Mag. Rygin King, dancehall star, real name Matthew Smith, and his wife, Eileen Parker Smith, were among those who were arrested in New York on multiple weapons charges early Monday morning. So all him wife took. Rygin King is in the front passenger seat, it says, of a vehicle when the vehicle was stopped by police in New York, and he was found with a loaded Palmetto State Armory 9mm firearm. This is the latest news coming out of there. Now, I don't know, because yesterday some people did say Souflotv, other men were there and the car did pack up people and them find the gun in the car somewhere and them don't know who for gun, so them just charge everybody. But today's update said Rygin King was in the front passenger seat of the vehicle when stopped by the police, and he was found with the loaded Palmetto State Armory. They even detailed the gun. Palmetto State Armory 9mm firearm, the Deputy Commissioner Public Information Office of the NYPD 13th Precinct said. They confirmed that Rygin King, who is now 29 years old, was arrested by the precinct's midnight public safety team at 4:30 a.m. on July 8th at 179th Street and 114th Road in Queens. I saw some of y'all comments yesterday. You know, people, this is the time when enough people go up on them holier than thou art trip and their soapbox and high horse. Yesterday, I got called a gunman supporter more than anything before, which they normally do. You support Vybz Kartel release, that big killer. So, of course, Sean Starmer, all them. So, of course, you have to support a Rygin King. If you go to prison for the rest of his life and blah, 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 these kind of comments, some people are asking, he's in a wheelchair. Why would he be out at 4:30 a.m. in the morning? Because he's an entertainer and him singing at clubs which keep at night time and party events and so on and so forth. I was under the impression that he was living in Florida, but he probably got booked for some event in New York, I'm guessing. Why is he out at 4:30 because in a wheelchair? So I never know, say, if you're in a wheelchair, you have a time where you're supposed to be in your house and can't go on the road again, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Right. Another person said, he's just stupid. Why would you go to where your enemies are at? Your enemies can be anywhere. So that means that because you have enemies, you shouldn't go nowhere, right? That's what you're suggesting. Your enemies can be anywhere. In case some of you are under a rock and don't know it, Jamaica badness spill over into the US, in particular into places like New York City and Florida, especially Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. Go do your little research, you'll find that out. Right. This is where our communities are pretty strong. They confirmed that Rygin King was pulled over by the precinct's midnight public safety team at 4:30 a.m. on July 8th at 179th Street and 114th Road in Queens. He was slapped with 5 charges, including criminal possession of a weapon in the 2nd degree, a loaded firearm, criminal possession of a weapon in the 3rd degree, ammo clips, possession of an ammunition feeding device, and criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree. It also said that 5 other persons were also hit with similar charges. They are Eileen Parker Smith, which is Rygin King's wife. Wait, Eileen Parker Smith, 41. Rygin King's wife is 41 and he's 29. Let me go back up and see this here. Because part of me know. Hold on a little bit there. Let me go back to this. Matthew Eileen Parker Smith. Yes. You come down here. So now it says the 5 other persons are Eileen Parker Smith, who is 41. So he's with an older woman. You know, the last time I seen Rygin King with his family, he hadn't been paralyzed yet or wasn't in a wheelchair yet. I thought it was a beautiful family picture. You know, they have 3 kids. I don't know if they've had more since, but a beautiful family. 3 children. He was sitting on the throne. It was like made to be like a king chair, and she was standing next to him with the 3 kids. One time, somebody did say, so why I never stand up and make the woman sit down? But his name is King, and it was supposed to be like him as the king, Rygin King, and they were showcasing his family to put another side of him out to the public then. Kamar Palmer, who is 30 years old, Daryl Tate, who is 30 years old, Rashawn Linton, who is 27 years old, and the driver of the car was Javon Brown, who is 23 years old. Is that car them did, you know? So much of them holding a one car. Anyway, the driver of the vehicle was also hit with additional charges of a vehicle and license violation. For those of you who don't live in America or don't know how America run, it's dangerous when you're riding dirty. Want to catch me riding dirty? Old stuff. If you're riding dirty, it means you have something on you, contraband to police, to law. Whether it be drugs, gun, or whatever. I'm not trying to tell you how to be no good criminal or nothing. I'm just trying to tell you how not to get caught up, right? You could be driving down the street. Your back right indicator, the little bulb in there, somehow blow out. So you make a right turn now because you think you hit your indicator to turn right, and there was no indicator and your vehicle turned. Guess what that just did? It just alerted any police unit in the area that you just made an illegal turn. So guess what they're doing now? They're driving behind you. And they're probably driving behind you at a distance to see, did I just see what I just saw? Did he just make a right turn without signaling? Your little lighting at the back of the car broke. So guess what you do? You make one next right turn. Oblivious, you don't know. Turn right again. Oh, he did 2 right turns. No indicator. Woo, woo, woo. Then pull you over. And just like that, they pull you over. And they can also start saying stuff like, I smell a strong odor of marijuana in here. Now they have probable cause to say, would you mind stepping out of the vehicle, please? You see how easy you get caught up? That's why me try and make sure say everything when me do is done in a legal manner, because this ain't the place to play around. The driver of the vehicle also hit with additional charges of vehicle and license violation. Me don't know what that mean. The tag on the vehicle out of date, him license out of date. I don't know what that means. Vehicle and license violation. And you driving. And I'm in here with a gun that's not registered to me. That's kind of like begging for, please pull me over and please send my brethren here so with the gun go to jail. He got also hit with false impersonation and an illegal signal. The officer in the DCPI unit said. The 13th precinct announced the recovery of the weapon in a Twitter post on Tuesday. Yesterday, precinct Midnight Police safety team made an arrest and recovered this loaded firearm. Excellent work, it said on the police site. Again, for those of you who don't know, let me put you on to some more game. A police officer came out recently who is the head of New York City crime fighting unit, said, we don't even really need to go on the streets and like chase people down anymore to solve these crimes. Like 90% of our work is already done for us. We monitor social media. Because people just tell upon themselves. Yeah, right? So they're on social media a lot. In case somebody is wondering, why would they put that up on social media? Them they're on social media too. And there's a picture of it at the 113th precinct official site that actually show the gun, the bullet them, the extra magazine, everything in the right castle. And this is cannot be made up. See there? In case somebody has said, like them I tell upon the man, no. See there? Right there. Them post it. Them say in case you're wondering, see it here. Rygin King's first court appearance is scheduled for Friday, July 12th, which is today. Somebody again, oh no, no, listening, or somehow no. Somebody said yesterday, well, Souflotv have a whole month for him first court appearance. I said today is the 12th of July. Today I'm going to go back to court this morning, 9 a.m. 15-20 minutes from now, Rygin King is due in court in the Queen's Supreme Criminal Court. He is represented by court-appointed attorney Mark B. Lakind, which is a public defendant. So I said to myself, say, big entertainer, public defendant, serious gun case. No make no sense. Because if my money Good. And me get caught up like this. I don't want a public defender nowhere near me. Yo, bingo. Call my lawyer. Yeah. Yeah, tell Judge Sefe him have him number. Call him. Public defendant. You know what public defendants do? Public defendants go talk to them first, then come back in here and say to you, say, well, they got something pretty serious against you, man. Listen, and I don't think you're gonna be able to beat this because in the state of New York, this one carries a mandatory minimum. Mandatory minimum simply means the judge's hands are tied. The judge can't look on you and say, I like him, I know he's a good youth. This is his first time doing something like this. Let's just give him a slap on the wrist. Maybe put him on some probation stuff and then let him get out of here. I feel bad for him because he's in a wheelchair too. No, mandatory minimum means there is a mandatory time that you must do, and here is the minimum amount of time that you should do for this offense. That's it. Nobody ever gets away from a mandatory minimum. Somebody pointed out, many people pointed out, Souflotv, you remember Lil Wayne, the rapper, had millions of dollars, came to New York, got caught with the gun, couldn't pay his way out of it in millions of US dollars, had to go to Rikers Island. Bumbo clot. I don't pardon my language, but you remember that old reggae song there? We never want to go to Rikers Island. Jaja God. So, for those of y'all who don't know the backstory, man, it's pretty sad. So in New York City, hold on the caller, hold on there. Let me finish this out first. Then we're gonna take the calls then. So in New York City, the top charge for criminal possession of a loaded firearm in this case carries a minimum sentence of 3.5 years in prison for a first-time offender. And for other offenders, repeated offender, someone who is a criminal already, etc., extensive criminal record, it could go all the way up to a max of 15 years in prison. In 2020, Rygin King almost lost his life, right? When he got shot up in Jamaica in Westmoreland. Traveling with his entourage, 2 men pull up, skirts, open gunfire upon them. I covered it back then. And I said back then, if you go and find my video, I said Rygin King can't walk. I said it in the video. It was my original assessment back when that happened in 2020. We're in 2024. At the scene, I saw it. And I said he can't walk. Why? Because gunshot a bus and the brother did get hit and he got up to run or to move about and him leg them stiff out and him drop. I'm gonna say, yo, it look like say him get looking at him spinal cord or something, cause that the rigor mortis to shake up the body and the twist and turn over, him just roll over straight like that. I said and see us here today, he's in a wheelchair, right? That incident was no pretty incident, my friend. His manager's wife, Sasha Lee Blackwood, rest her soul, she was sitting in the back of the car with 2 kids and she got killed also. Somehow to talk some bumbleclot foolishness sometime. This lady yesterday now, again, pardon my language, me no know, but this lady yesterday, she's like, she chose that life. So don't feel sorry for what came. Rygin King had just got his bus, pretty much. And he was the it artist for that time. I don't know if y'all remember the big buzz around him for Sumfest. He was the it artist at that time. Out the road, the man they are driving an entourage of 3 cars. There were children, babies that was in the car with the woman that was killed. She chose this life. She was the wife of his manager. Not some side gal where them did go have one little side party and ride 2 strange gal. It was the man. So y'all be talking this holier than thou righteousness. So yesterday, right? Fast forward through this real quick. I want to take in some phone call. Fast forward through this quick. Yesterday I said, personally, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So even when me not supposed to have it, I have it for me. I don't give a damn. Somebody is going to say, Souflotv, don't say that because police will run down upon you every time I waiver. The problem with me is my thing them always legal. You understand? But if I was in that situation where man paralyzed me already and I'm in a wheelchair now and I'm looking like who's my enemy and where could they be and what they might do to me next. I'm not just going to be a sitting duck. I'm already in a wheelchair. So the next time, what you want to do? Shoot me in my face, in the back of my head, kill me? Listen, I'm trying to go out. We going to shoot it out. At least me have a chance of trying to defend myself, because as you could see, I can't run. Oh, you're a gunman supporter. You tell the youth about him to carry illegal gun. And why him not hire a bodyguard and a team of bodyguards? See, a lot of y'all are under this perception that these entertainers have a lot of money at their disposal. Them have money for buy a nice vehicle. They might have money for living in a nice place, environment, nice community, gated community, pay that rent at the end of every month. None of them don't even own a house, right? Them don't have the money where you think them have. So having security 24/7 or every time they go out and all that, they just can't afford it. Simple. Now you're stuck with what? You have the fame, but you have to stay in the house. Somebody have tried to kill you. You power when you go on road, call them shut you up already. All this other stuff. It's a choice you would have to make, man. It's a choice you would have to make. And for the people them who were saying, that's why you must put down the gun and take up the Lord. Take up Jesus Christ and take up Jesus. Hear me, I said to you. Me I take up the Lord and my gun. That part. Yeah. Because the Lord are going to help me while me I use the gun. Yeah. Because me not left myself out there like that. So I truly understand the paranoia that must go along with what Rygin King has had to deal with and go through. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came on the channel yesterday and talked about, well, Souflotv and violate holy man of Jamaica, you know, so any which part him go, him good forget it. Don't use my channel for spread no friggin' rumors like that. Me don't know nothing about that. I asked the person, I said, okay, him violate holy man, so tell we at least one man where him violate then. Well, if you know, you know. Y'all need to stop. It's the same shit y'all did to Vybz Kartel. Kartel a big killer, you know, a whole heap of man that the man that send go them grave, you know, murder. What? I said, okay, so name me one. Them silent. Live on the air with Souflotv. Good morning.
Blessings, my boss. So I'll go on.
Manners and respect me, G. My dad, you know. Talk to you, know.
All is well. Here I'll go on, you know. See?
Mm-hmm.
On the Rygin King situation, see how many people say a lot of things. So this is a statement that you just make a while ago where you say you're rather to judge by Umochi than carried by Umochi.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's a quick backstory, like a minute. These are man, we come from Jamaica in a rough place, see? So when me come a foreign, me decide to, that was star. But people them cry when me reach a foreign because they think what I did at Jamaica. Anyway.
See.
We reach a foreign, man, say a general star. You know, say, we don't really depend on certain kind of vibe star. We don't want to depend on certain things. One of my friends get deported and look for me and say, yo, let me tell you something, brother. See, in America, it's a right to bear arm. See, that is the first thing. And the second thing, he said to me, say, it's better you have it and don't need it, than need it and don't have it.
All right,
so we take that. I'm saying, you know what? Strap up myself regardless. When I go back in that path, but me I strap up myself, protect myself. Anyway, long story short, Rygin King live America, you know, live Florida all long.
That's what me did think.
He live in Florida. I'm sure no say live in Florida.
That's it.
I'm not going to that. 100% sure.
Right.
Florida. Anyhow, he's a Florida resident right now. See? So I'm going to just assume, say, he have a concealed carry.
Right.
That's the big thing now. Everybody will come and find. You know? All right. What I think go on is that only part with it, I'm going to say this enough might not go agree. But I've never done it. But I know people what do it. I know people. I drive from Florida to Michigan with my gun.
See.
I don't know when me I go off my gun can't go me now.
See
Like New York, you're not gonna necessarily catch me in New York.
See it.
See? Because the law strict where that is concerned. See? Now, back to Rygin King, as a man now where been through what you've been through. One, when I travel, read up on gun laws. Number we have to do them things after we sell so far.
Absolutely, brother. Put it out there. Say that part there again for me, please.
We have to do them things after we sell. You see, me just come America, me have a gun law book for me drive road within my car. Guys, the moment an officer, anybody try challenge me for my rights, see book your right, that's what I have. Right, that's all. So let me see what you say, about what you say. Anyway, I said that to say, get yourself educated on the laws governing every state. Every state different. Enough people don't know that. You understand? And then, all right, right now in Florida, you don't need a concealed carry to carry a gun. Enough people here say, I will America, you don't need a concealed carry. But that's not the case.
That's not the case. Some states you can't carry a gun.
Now, back to Rygin King still. What me I go blame him for still? You go New York. Seeing you don't know the gun law. Give me wrong if you don't look up the gun law.
But I probably look it up and not care enough, and he must say him not anticipate being caught.
All right, yes, see, all right. So you have to go deal with the repercussion. Because enough man you know what do that. And don't get caught.
Right.
You understand what I say? But he must go just, and in my opinion, that's kind of stupidity. From film part. When you see people that are run with a narrative like say illegal gun and this and that, the man gun probably register, I mean. See?
Yeah.
And as enough, a lot of people should know by now, if you are a resident,
can you know, so like, okay, so what?
You're not a felon, you have a right to be around.
Right.
See, no matter which state you're in, you can have a gun in a New York, but it's how.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not like you can't have a gun in a New York. It's not like you can't get a concealed carry in a New York, but it's how.
Right.
As me say,
certain requirements.
The more stricter.
Right. So you're saying probably drive up from Florida with him gun upon him, not true? Something like that.
That's a possibility. A lot of us do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And is it
can you travel state through state?
You know what I mean? Yeah, travel state to state to state.
Yeah.
But you see, me as a man like this, we have America, and we move around. See? And when me move around this area, if me plan a trip to go somewhere, first thing me look up. Then take Florida can't see you. What are the rules like where that is concerned? You understand what I'm saying? Look up them things anywhere me and go in America. And the ones them when they come, especially an entertainer, influencer, no matter where you be, I can't tell anybody, you know.
Right, absolutely.
If you come and you go down the road, if you say you want have a firearm and all them things, look at the rules and regulations, because you come and get in a problem just like that. Just like I say, you will drive, see, and you know, indicate a light, oh, like the other night, me I come from work. The light for me, the license plate now work. 2 times we get pulled over in a 1 week for that.
See?
Nah, speed, nothing. Then go, yo, you know, we put it over, the light out.
The backlight not working. Yeah.
No, the license plate light.
Oh, the license plate light. Okay, yeah.
Simple shit like that, you can get pulled over.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, why am I to be more careful, man?
Yeah, if you're going to have it by you, not true?
If you're going to have it by you, be careful, brother.
Yeah, extra careful.
No problem. Just like that. Yo, them will tell us, say, you can do this, you can do that, but then nah, go come to that. It's like when they come and say, all right, you don't need a concealed carry to carry a weapon in Florida. But them now come and tell you the stipulations, them behind it.
Right.
You have to go find that out yourself.
Absolutely.
You see me? So you them have to just be more wise, man. Like I said, I'm not bash Rygin King, I'm post it and down here, you know. I'm posting it, I'm not bashing.
Right.
But you have to be more wise.
Women are like how some people are change up the narrative. You know what I'm saying? I talk about how he's involved in the illegal gun trade in Jamaica and them run gun with it over one part. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You see me, I not saying perfect neither.
Right.
So I don't know about that.
Right.
You understand me? So because me only can speak for me. I'm not saying about Florida. You know, I'm a resident of Florida. And at the 9 times out of 10, I'm licensed when I'm in carry with them got New York. And that's happened.
That's all.
Unfortunate.
That's all.
You see me?
Yeah.
So I just think.
So
yeah, Mr. One blogger you a statement the way just you see a blogger use that now and give them a say what kind of thing that they are telling you.
Yeah.
2 years a Rygin King, if you was Rygin King, you would never get caught without a gun.
Yeah, if we've been through that already.
That some people don't understand where you come from and where you say. What to each is so. We just look for this man. So you see some people, they just look for everything to just take the bad out of everything. Or to fit for the narrative.
Exactly.
You know, whatever it is. But anyhow, me I tell us, go and do what you do. Best of yourself. Not take up too much of people them time. Big up.
Manners and respect, my brother.
Yeah.
Error, car, hold. Live on the air with Souflotv. Good morning.
Bless Souflotv, what's going on, King?
Manners family, my dan, or what go on?
All is well?
Yes, sir. You?
Yeah, man, everything good, man. Sad situation with the artists, eh?
Yeah, man. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Well, a man have to protect themselves from the but you have to be educated on how you have to protect yourself, especially if you're moving through different territories that the gun laws are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next thing again is that you know, a lot of these artists, King, you see, if you go to Europe, you're not bringing a gun in.
Right.
Yeah, but I think artists sometimes kind of get a little bit too paranoid because, brother, if people want to shoot you and kill you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're on stage, you have to go into a show, people can't find a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? I say so.
But a person
Yeah.
like but a person like Rygin King though, brother, given what happened to him in recent times, you know, we can't use the word or the phrase a little too paranoid. Cause after that, me would have paro out of my mind. Me already naturally paranoid. I would be paro out of my mind paro after that. After what happened to him. So his situation is kind of a little bit different. You know, some artists, yeah, to what you're saying, them, see, you know, so me and wife here discussed this the other day. Some of them artists here pick up this thing where they start singing gun songs and then they start to believe the lyrics in the song they're singing. So them start live as if them a gunman. When you see them in a real life, it's Gunfinger and Screwface and, you know, one bag of man back of them and thing, trying to live up to that persona that they've created. But in Rygin King case, his real life story is that he was traveling in an entourage of 3 vehicles. I think the tire bust or something. Them stopped to change a tire and a car pull up and light them up with gunshot. And he's been in a wheelchair ever since. And his manager's wife was there that got killed right next to 2 kids. So that put that in perspective. I would want to have a gun with me every time I step out. Just
exactly,
right.
But you have to educate yourself. So, as the last caller said something very important.
Yes, he
you
did.
Have to educate yourself. You're going to New York, the last change, brother.
All right. So that now that leaves you with a decision that you have to make.
Exactly. So that's a choice.
Right.
And choices come with consequences.
Absolutely. Now this is where you will have to stand on your choice as a man and bear your consequences. Because we can't just say certain things frivolously, you know. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Me not just say that. I'm saying it that if I end up in that situation, me not have nobody to cry to. I know what the consequences are. And I would really rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Right?
So this is the question, Souflotv. So let's say they had a few shows in France. You can't bring a gun to France.
But France are not US. France different.
But
no gun, no bus over there, so.
But it is possible though.
It is possible, but highly unlikely. So you tighten your security, you move a certain way over there, so you get out. You know, you get in, you get your money, you get out. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but education is the key thing because I can tell you, No bad man artists in there, Jamaica, you know, probably one or two of them. In order for you to be a bad man artist, you would have to have a track record previously of you either in a juvenile center or whatever. I can tell you,
Absolutely.
Leroy Smart and them man, they did go a juvenile, them a bad man before them step into music.
Before them step into music.
Yes, sir. A lot of the artists before they check them track record, nice kids, went to high school, their parents tried with them, and somehow they just started loving reggae and dancehall music, got into it, started probably singing a bunch of songs that, you know, lean towards that direction, and then the entourage and everything. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In Jamaica, it's kind of hard to get away from that crew gang thing because you just have some people that will support you and come on and, you know, try to be a part of your thing. However, when the scene start get too rowdy and like, you know, the whole pop violence and disrespecting people and fights and stuff there, you have to somehow take away yourself and you have to take away yourself, because heading down that path, it has not been good. You know, for we can go back into the 80s and talk about the artists coming up, you know.
Right.
It's not a good path, brother. So as we said, we wish the artists all the best. You know, it was a choice that you had to take in regards to the situation that you are in. I do understand that. Consequences, well, let's see what works out, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's a sad situation.
It is. It is.
Yes, sir.
It is.
But we wish him all the best.
Yeah, we're not gonna kick him while he's down.
No.
Drag him, you know what I said?
No,
we wish him all the best. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, man. Heads up, Rygin King, and you know, sad situation, my brother. But you know, I hope the best, you know, works out.
Yeah, manners are respect, my brother.
Respect, brother. Give thanks.
Give
Yeah,
thanks.
man. One love. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not gonna kick him while he's down. You know what I mean? People upon them big soapbox and they're righteous and holier than thou art. It's like the first caller said, it probably is even that. In legal firearm, if he has a permit for Florida, his legal firearm him drive come up with, cause we're up on the road and we are driving, we're not flying, so the man carried with him. My advice is get a lawyer, Crystal G says. My advice to Crystal G, that's the first thing I said was public defender. No, sir. Me not doing that. Get a lawyer. But here what? Is his money set up in that way? Because a lawyer in that case is that easy. Let me see. 20, 30. Easy 30, 40, $50,000 that for an attorney to defend you in that. See, what people don't understand is this, right? Majority of the money that these guys make, yeah, they make money from streaming their music on different platforms, Spotify, YouTube, videos, etc. But their money is not like what you think it is, right? And then how often do they get booked for shows? And how much are they getting paid for these shows? Live on the air with Souflotv, good morning.
Souflotv, me again real quick. One touch the liar thing there real quick.
Yeah, brother.
You see the liar something there. It's not such a bad thing, you know. I'm about to tell you why.
Public defender?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to tell you why I said that. I've been arrested before. See? And a public defender me have to use to get me bail, to come out, to get my proper lawyer, to get me off of that case. See? So that's why me I'm going to say.
So you use a public defender and you got your bail.
When we get locked up, my first call when we get to make is to just, yo, you hear me? We get bail. Come bail me. We get a public defender to deal with the bail arrangements. So no, all right. Because when we get locked up, we call the people and say, yo, I have court morning. They will give me a court appointed lawyer to stand up with me with the bail is concerned. When we get the bill, I'm calling them back and telling them what is what, and they come get me. We got a court, the judge give me the court appointment. I asked me, do you have a liar? I said, no, I don't have a liar, but I would like to get a liar. So I said, you don't have one right now? This one is going to stand beside you for the bail hearing. So that court appointed liar could just be for the bail hearing that's going to be this morning.
Okay.
When him come out, he go spending money and get a good liar. So it's not a bad thing.
Is he?
Case go on and go on and go on and go on and him still there. Then now we can say, oh, January not look good. But it's not a bad thing to get a court appointed attorney to get you out to go and do your business.
And that means that you might end up saving a whole lot of money in the process, right? Which you can later spend if it's really needed on a proper lawyer.
Thank you very much.
All right, makes sense.
Can you go just hire one lawyer just to come turn up in our bail hearing?
Yeah.
And it's not a career criminal.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10 more get bail.
Okay.
As serious as the charge them be, 9 times out of 10 go get bail.
All right. All right.
Especially have disability again, he will get bail.
Right.
So he won't need an alternative to deal with that. He must keep us the alternative.
Attorney. Well, work with it.
Anyway, as we say, that I reason, man. Not beating too bad, man. Not game that look there yet.
All right.
And if
all right.
Just Lego the man shirt, man. My God.
Yeah, them are beating body, man.
Not beating too bad. The school, man.
God no.
Well, maybe beating them make you walk still. You never know. That's a person.
That's true, manners. That's true. God. But that's true. You know, again, man, listen, we're gonna keep our brother in our prayers here, man. Somebody said yesterday, Souflotv, what kind of prayers? You ever pray for baby and pick me? Man, live on the air with Souflotv. Good morning.
Morning, so.
Good morning, family. Something wrong.
Bless up yourself, man. Bless up everybody that's on the line. Very unfortunate situation in the artist, Souflotv.
Indeed. Here, master, your phone.
It's unfortunate.
Your phone.
I understand. You understand what I say to you?
You have a speaker?
Understand, because if a man go through something like that, Rygin him paranoid. You understand what I say to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing me can say is, you know, Rygin King, when it comes to shows as an artist in a situation like that, I think him should have take a pay cut from the promoter, have the promoter armed security take him to and from the venue. Reason being, right? When you're in a them kind of problem there, right? You don't know who wants you, right? And this is a show that has been promoted, so everybody knows that at this
there.
Not only the enemies alone. Don't get it twisted. The world has become such a small place. Don't think say the law enforcement here, so don't know in situation in what you are Jamaica never expect him to probably
be armed or yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So in a case like that, if you say, for instance, just to throw some numbers out there, you charge 10 grand for the show. Right? Take 7 and half the promoter response to arms to get to and from the venue. Because you have one place everybody knows because this is promoted. Everybody knows you're at this, you're going to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
And like I said, not only people who want you, but also law enforcement to know your situation and know there's a possibility that you don't want to go through that again and get caught slipping.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
But very unfortunate situation, I hope you pull through this. Big up and bless up yourself, brother.
Manners and respect. Good talk.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. And like I said, law enforcement monitors social media heavily. I can't express to you how heavily they monitor social media. Now, don't take my advice as me trying to make any criminal better. I'm not for criminality, right? And for the people who are talking about me and gun and all this, I don't carry illegal guns, right? I protect myself with legal gun. When me did a smoke weed, all me weed did legal. Me not do nothing illegal. I have kids that depend on me. My family depends on me. I need to be out here. I'm telling you already, say prison is not my thing and jail is not my thing. Bad man and waste man and outer road that look trouble and youngsterism and none of that is my thing. The gangster them, I left them one side, make gangster deal with gangster, right? A law enforcement are my thing. And that's my thing. That's why I say, big up all the law enforcement officials them. You understand? Police, soldier, whatever branch. I'm not into none of it. So y'all can label me and mislabel me all you want to. Me keep one around me. And I keep and I'm already paro from my experiences in the military. not even from stuff I've experienced out the street. So me can't imagine how Paro Rygin King is based on what he went through out the street. Yeah. You know, I'll close by saying this. It's easy to pass judgment on people, right? But if you are a person who is able to walk in somebody else's shoes, put yourself in somebody else's position, ask yourself genuinely, what would I really do? Then you would start to see things differently, not just jump to conclusion and just make up stuff and just accuse people and, you know, I'm right and I am holy and you just wrong and you just need to go to prison for life. We're gonna leave it right there so this morning. Y'all be careful out there. And the callers that called and told you all about the laws, according to the gun laws and stuff, please don't come here to the US and because you have a Florida permit, you feel like say your thing good every which part and you can just be out here waving gun around or have a gun upon you any which part you go. I know every state accommodates. There are certain states that don't accommodate. You get caught with it. It's just like, I'll leave you with this story. Peter Tosh's son with marijuana. He eventually ended up getting beat up so bad in prison in the US that he ended up in a coma. And based on that, he got released. And then he was on bed rest and a vegetable, and then he passed away. He was good in the state he was in with the ganja he had. He was going to go do a show. Peter Tosh's son, legalize it. Him father fight for the legalization of marijuana, right? And the son come, how ironic, right? And the son come and go one state over and cross into territories where what he had on him is suddenly considered illegal and suddenly considered an amount that brought a charge that was called possession with the intent to distribute. So now you're looked at as a dealer instead of, oh, you just have a personal amount on your thing, hit him with a small fee and send him on his way. That led the man to prison, led him to man beat him up in a prison, fight him, bust up him head, end up in a coma, and him dead. So it could go very badly. The laws, get to know the laws. Get to know the laws. That's all I'm not going to leave you with this morning. It's the weekend. Go out there, spend time with those who love you, and spend time with yourself and love yourself. Self-love is the greatest love. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. See it? All right. Surround yourself with people that will uplift your vibration, uplift your spirit. We say good luck to Rygin King in this situation, and we hope that the brother pulled through. We also hope that the Jamaica judicial system, Court of Appeals, give us some answer sometime soon on Vybz Kartel's release, because we look forward to a hot summer, you know. Hot summer. I'll do a whole heap of rain and something. One love, everybody. Walk good, go with God, and be good. I'm out. Peace.